Hi, back here. Thanks for joining us. Paula, what do you think referral partners look for in a mortgage broker? Realtors, financial planners, what's key?
Well, I think
them?
adding value to their client relationship is important. You want to make them look good. You want their client, who they've referred, to feel good about the process, to feel as if they're very grateful that they passed on your name. So once again, similar to what Maureen just said, it's really important to be an advocate for the clients and always do whatever's best for the client, regardless of whatever your compensation may or may not be, and always ensure that your referral source is held in the highest light. So.
Okay, so it's always about building the two of you up together as a team.
Absolutely.
They're part of your team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Monique, how about you?
Yeah, I would say, very similar answer. I think if the referral source is a realtor, just assuming that for the moment, certainly I think the realtor wants to know that you've, called them back in a timely manner, that you're getting them a good product that offers value and is a good fit. But I think for them to, they want to be kept in the loop. So what I try and do is say, okay, got the approval, conditional approval. So now we're making our way through meeting the conditions of the approval. I'll let you know when that's happened and when we're good to remove conditions. If an appraisal is required, I'll let you know if one's required. And if you have an inspection scheduled, I'm going to try and have the appraisal done at the same time as the inspection so that you only have to access once. Little things like that they tend to appreciate. I often send an email to my clients, actually to the realtor after we've finished subject removal. And I'll often say, it was a pleasure working with you. Thanks so much for getting me the documents in a timely manner and, making sure this was kind of an easy process for me. And I'll often copy the clients. So then the clients go, oh, that's good. The realtor and the broker work really well together. And
do you, Maureen, often notice that some realtors are wanting to be involved in the loop on every single thing that goes along, but then there are also realtors who say, just phone me when it's done. Just phone me when the subjects can be removed.
Absolutely, and what I see is the realtors who are really busy, high-producing realtors, they just kind of leave the financing with you,
Gotcha.
Call me when it's all done. I find realtors who perhaps don't have those higher volumes or are a little bit newer in the business, they want to be a little more hands-on involved. So what I do is I sort of gauge my style according to the realtor. If I can tell that they want a whole bunch of information and they want lots of updates, that's what I'm going to give them. Same thing, make sure I get back to them on a timely basis. And if we run into an issue on a file, it's unfortunate when it does happen, but I do keep them in the loop and just say, okay, here's what the issue is, here's what I'm doing to resolve it. So again, they know that I'm partnering with them. I understand, they've put a lot of work and time to get the deal to that point, and I certainly recognize that and respect that. So I would just want to make sure that they know that I'm always their partner and will do everything that I can to make sure we get that deal done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Paula, do you think that referral partners have changed over the years, and if so, why? Today you mentioned things that you do on a day-to-day basis. Has that changed now during this time versus when you first started?
I think it has changed, but I think what's old is new again, and I think we're going back to the way that we used to work several years ago. I think at some point when real estate was really easy for everybody, in some ways the referral sources became a little bit more demanding because they feel like, I have all this business and there's mortgage brokers are a dime a dozen, what are you going to do for me? But I think now the tide's turning to looking for more creative ways of solving financing issues that may come up, and ensuring that you're really well educated in all the various forms of financing will really enhance your realtor relationship if that's what your referral source is.
So we all, sit on this panel up here and really are thankful for referrals from our clients, and that's how we continue to build our business. But how often do you get referrals from your realtor partners to another realtor to have you as the broker?
Not often enough.
Oh,
yeah,
really? Okay.
Yeah. I find that the realtors that I work with tend to work in a silo. They don't necessarily cooperate with one another. In fact, I was just at a function yesterday and I was with a realtor and they were saying how competitive it is today. They don't have the same camaraderie within their offices as they once had 20 years ago, where they went and did social things with one another. It's much more cutthroat on their end. So I'm not so sure that they share that quite as freely as maybe what they used to.
How about you, Maureen? Do you get referrals from realtors to other realtors? Is that
A few, but
Okay.
I would say same thing, not as many as you kind of think. Where that's happened mostly is if one of my realtors is the listing realtor, the selling realtor referred the deal to their mortgage broker that they normally use. Deal's not going ahead as it should. That's sort of when I tend to get those referrals. So it doesn't really happen that often.
We do get
Yeah.
introductions on occasion where it's one realtor's client, but they're buying in a whole other geographical area that the realtor doesn't specialize in. Then there's a letter of introduction. This is the mortgage broker working on the file, and please, the two of you, please communicate to ensure the client's looked after.
all right? Thanks again, ladies. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back after to talk a little bit more.